He talked the talk. I drove a long way.
That's so bad.
Is there a necessary distance? Because one of the problems that I have a lot is where they sit on there. Is that just aesthetics?
Onto the rifle's dovetail, I would say so.
Yep.
But in terms of where it's mounted onto the Optic's main tube, you don't want to be too close to the components. So you don't want to be too close to the objective.
Right.
You don't want to be too close to the turrets. More importantly, the parallax. You don't want to be too close to magnification.
Okie dokie.
Torque settings are important. You don't want to over tighten it. But if you get something that's too close to either of those, you'll notice sometimes your parallax can stiffen up a little on some optics. So more important for the Optic than it is positioning on the dovetail.
And over tightening is proper bad because that can pinch it can proper pinch up the tube. I think Adam Cole had that with his Hawk scope. I think it was Adam Cole that had it, but it pinched it up and you couldn't tell there was anything wrong, but it balls it up because he just done it up too tight.
We've had loads of customers where, whether they've spent a couple of £100 or several £1,000s, they've returned an Optic, and some of the mount marks that we get back are just dreadful.
Right.
Especially pre-owned items like trade-ins. You take the mounts off that they've sent them into and it's an absolute dog inside.
Right, okay. So is that a torque? Is that a torque?
No, this is, yeah, we got the Vortex torque wrench.
Okay.
But it takes
Very
for
posh.
hours to do all 6 screws in these rings individually. So I'll do most of the legwork with a normal Allen key as quickly as possible.
And these are the mounts, are these the mounts that are recommended? We'll talk about the scope in a second, by the way. We've just jumped straight into mounting it. I don't know how that happened, but we're on it now anyway. We're putting it on. So we'll talk about the scope in a second. The scope's very impressive and I'm very happy with how it's gonna look, I think. No pressure.
So the problem...
Did I just stand on your toe then? Yeah. I did, didn't I?
So the struggle that we have at the minute is there's not too many manufacturers of 34mm dovetail rings.
Okay.
So your choice is quite limited if you've got a scope with a 34mm main tube and dovetail rifle.
Right.
So Wolf produce a couple of them, which is really neat and handy. Sports Match do some, but other than that, your choice is quite limited. So
okay. This will be the first time I've ever used a 34mm scope as well. 34mm, I've used 30s and 22, is it?
25,
25, yeah, they're the only
inch,
two that I've ever used. So yeah, ideal.
Huge benefit. Easiest way to kind of explain it is the manufacturers just have more space to work with.
Okay.
So they can build better optical systems, better mechanical components. Yeah, just better.
Just better. Bigger is better.
That's it.
Well, obviously, yeah. So this scope in particular, this is specifically for sort of the bench rest market, is it? Or is this an all-round scope for everything?
Bench rest and field target.
Okay.
I wouldn't use it for hunting. You know, too high magnification, the objective size is far too big.
Yeah.
Just the scale and proportion of it is designed for that target use.
Yeah, because I've never ever really had, well, I've never shot bench rest properly. So this is going to be fun. It should be interesting. Like I said, we'll talk about the scope in a second. Tom knows everything about scopes. What's your qualifications, Tom?
Not scope. Yet to find someone who does a course in that, but I'd like to give it a go if there is one. Fair enough.
Right, so when it comes to tightening these up then, do you have to do them, oh, I just turned it off. That was a thing. So do you have to do those, is there ever an issue with tightening one more than the other and kicking it off? Is that an actual thing or is that
I've never
rubbish?
seen an issue.
Right.
Not to say that there wouldn't be one.
Right, okay.
But I haven't seen an issue. I think it's always good practice to do half and half.
Right, okay, fair enough.
So, eye relief is the important thing.
Eye relief.
Eye relief.
I was going to try and make a pun. I'm not going to. I'm going to avoid it.
So we'll just get this loosely strapped on.
Right.
And then from there, if you want to shoulder the rifle.
So eye relief and the tilt, the cant of the scope is the most important things, really.
That's it.
And making sure you haven't over-tightened it.
Exactly.
Right, okay.
Yeah, really important things. As I say, you spent a lot of money on a scope.
Look at that.
And a rifle, you want to make sure it's right. So, you know, spending a little amount on the torque wrench to do it properly is always a good investment.
I think that looks bloody good, to be fair. I'm going around this side. Come on, let's have a look. I'm not kicking any cameras. Look at that. That does look bloody good, to be fair. I like it. And so this is the Falcon Ultra X, is that right? Falcon.
I have no idea what you've been given. Yeah, it's the Falcon X60IA 10-60.
Right, okie dokie. And is this a preferred scope for bench rest? Or do you sell a lot of them to people for bench rest?
So the problem with bench rest is in price brackets, there's not a huge amount of competition. So on the lower end of the spectrum, you got Vectors, so Sentinels and the Minotaurs. Beyond that, you've got the T50i, which is kind of the younger brother to this. Then you've got Cytron S3s, which kind of this would be similar to. The Falcons, and then beyond that, Delta Strikers, Vortex, Golden Eagles. Besides that, there's not really a huge amount.
Okay.
There are
really
things
technical.
in between.
Let's have a look. Look at that. There's a lot going on up there. Right.
We're not so worried about the cant or anything like that, because we can correct that after. All we're trying to do here is just get your eye relief set.
Okay.
So if you can for me.
Let's do it. How's that? Trying to look like I know what I'm doing here.
Shoulder the rifle.
Right.
Tell me whereabouts you think you need to be. If you think you need to be closer, further away.
I'd say probably, oh no, that's actually not too bad. Maybe a little bit, tiny little bit closer.
Further back.
Yeah, a little bit further back, yeah.
Cool.
Oh, so nervous all the time.
So a lot of things to do with eye relief is one about like being comfortable, obviously, but the other thing I would say for bench rest shooters, which a lot of PRS shooters, field target shooters and things like that start to do, is mounting their optic slightly further forwards than what it needs to be.
Right.
And the reason for that, it gives you a black ring shadow around the outside.
Chase that in.
You can chase that in. If your eye's in a different position, that ring shadow won't be central. So if it's central, you've got something that's measurable for consistency.
Hence why you see them sliding their face up and down it.
That's it. So we're happy with them. So we're gonna nip them up.
He talked the talk. I drove a long way.
That's so bad. Hopefully this will fit in the gap.
Right, so this here, this is quite a cool little thing actually. I noticed this earlier. Let's have a look at this. So that there, is that universal as well? That's just a cant level.
So this is for dovetails. It's one that Eagle Vision produce. And it actually swings out as well, which is really cool.
Okay,
it fits on the dovetail.
Are they available at Optics Warehouse?
They are available at Optics Warehouse.
There you go.
Right, so we're happy that the rifle's level. The next thing is obviously the scope.
Right.
Happy at that. Leave that on there whilst we talk it, because what you'll often find is if you do one side, an uneven amount to the other, that'll
pisses it up.
It'll pull it.
Pulls
yeah,
it.
Exactly.
Knocks it off. Centre.
I'm always really anal about having the space in exactly the same. I don't know if you're.
Yeah, but this is what I was. It's always been where the ring. I've had people comment before when I've had sort of. I've had people comment saying you've got your scope rings in the wrong place, and I didn't really know that was a thing. I didn't know if that was genuinely real or not. I didn't. But I see what you're saying. Yeah, I do like to keep them even. These Wolf mounts are nice as well. Available at Optics Warehouse. Because they are bloody good. I'm not just saying that, Diver. I genuinely like them. The one I'm using at the moment for the HFT is it's the Hurricane, the not compact one. And it's been bloody brilliant. But then SWEFTA rules and UK HFT rules.
Totally different.
Exactly that. So we'll talk about them in a bit, the Hurricane compacts, but absolutely spot on for the UK HFT rules, in my opinion. But what do I know? I know nothing.
Nearly there. You get shooting now, but you're itching.
It looks incredible, to be fair. It does look really cool. Can we have one in yellow, do you reckon? Oh, I like it in red. I think it looks really smart. It looks expensive. It looks like I'm going to drop it. I'm probably going to get in a load of trouble, and I don't know if my insurance covers it. I'll have to phone Ripe, make sure that they're able to cover it. I do like that Torque screwdriver though. That's
They're ace. I've had one of these for absolutely years, and I don't know where I'd be without it.
And so when you're doing these, just out of interest then, what torque are you putting these, what are you torquing them to?
It varies from manufacturer to manufacturer,
Yeah,
so
that makes sense.
depending on the type of mount as well. And the other clash is sometimes the manufacturer of the rifle will say don't exceed X amount of Newton meters or inch pounds. So typically 2 to 4 is the ratio, which is what I've worked off. So 4 on the base screws, and then 2 Newton meters on the ring screws.
Right, okay.
It's pretty fair. I've never seen anyone damage a scope by that, and I've never seen anyone lose 0 with the scope slipping with that. So that's where I typically tend to be at. Away you go.
Right, okay, let's have a look. Oh, it doesn't add too much weight either, to be honest. It's not, yeah, that's absolutely bang on. That's what happens when you know what you're doing, isn't it?
Boom.
Oh, that is perfect. So what have we got on the top adjustment wise? So this is quite standard. You've got pull up, turn, pop down, is that right?
Yeah, so it's they're quick dials, so there isn't a locking mechanism.
Okay.
But they're really tactile turrets with good number markings, so if you do accidentally knock it, you can tell straight away. Windage turret is capped.
Right, okay, cool. Joe Cyclops will be so pleased to hear that that is very tactical. I like the way he spins these round. That's for you, Joe. You can have that. We've seen Joe Rhea, Joe Cyclops.
He's cool.
He's a legend.
He's cool.
Honestly. I get him to ring me so that my kids can hear his accent. I think I'm well smart because I know an American. So what do you want to do now? You want to try and zero it?
We'll spin the bench round.
Yep,
we'll get that
no
out
worries.
of the way, give you the opportunity to zero it and get things going.
I thought you were going to do it.
I'll do it. You can have a go as well.
Yeah, we'll all have a go. It does look smart though, doesn't it? That looks absolutely brilliant. And I think that the Cerakoted colours, they come in several different colours as well, which is, it can suit everything really. So do they come in black, red? I imagine several different
Green,
ones.
we've seen all sorts of different colours. If you ask us nicely, the owner of Falcon is a great guy. If you ask us nicely, he can do pretty much any colour within reason, I think, so don't hold me to that.
Because the HFT also comes in an orange laminate, and that would look smart with an orange scope on the top. That would look really, but that does look great. Thank you very much for doing that. Now I've got to not miss. It's
No
kind
excuses.
of pressure on me. I better get some pellets, don't I?
Yeah,
that would help.
We'll go for
I'll
that.
get some pellets, yeah, that would probably help.
I'm happy with that, so you're up and going.
Let's have a go. Let's have a look. Oh yeah, that is bloody good. This scope is very clear as well. Absolutely brilliant. I was way off on that one. Cut.